Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you a simple direct marketing strategy to consistently generate 70 plus newly engaged couples every month in your sales funnel without spending a dime in advertising, all organically, and how we are using the power of conversational marketing using AI to instantly connect and engage with anyone who responds to our DMs to continue building relationships 24/7. Now, this is cold messaging or cold outreach, meaning you're going out on social media platforms such as Instagram accounts and Facebook groups to find and attract newly engaged couples in your sales funnel. But today we're only going to focus on Instagram, but the strategy behind it is basically the same with Facebook groups. I will have a separate training on how to do it with Facebook groups using AI powered conversations to run any type of giveaway campaigns to 10x your ROI, and how effective it is to gather their information and nurture leads right inside of Messenger on autopilot. Before I dive into this strategy, let me cover a few important things on how to find wedding leads on Instagram. The first thing you need to do is to identify those Instagram accounts where newly engaged couples tend to hang out as soon as they get engaged. In my case, I live in Washington, D.C., and there's a handful of luxury high-end magazines and publications accounts that I can find on Instagram, such as the Washingtonian Weddings, Modern Luxury Weddings, Baltimore Weddings, and many more. There are a lot of brides that will go and follow those Instagram accounts for many reasons, for inspiration, to get an idea what other brides have done in the past, maybe to look at different photography styles or videographers. So what I recommend is to keep it local to your area unless you want to travel and get into destination weddings. For me, I don't do as many destination weddings as I used to. I'm keeping it to my area. So find those local magazines and publications in your area on Instagram. That's the first thing. If you do this strategy once a day for about half an hour, 45 minutes, I don't recommend spending more than an hour on this a day. Really, 45 minutes is enough. I highly recommend you break it out throughout the day. Instead of doing this all at once, maybe do 5 outreach in the morning, 5 at lunchtime, another 5 in the afternoon, and before heading to bed. I don't recommend sending more than 30 outreach per day. Keep it around 20 outreach, just because if you start sending a ton of similar messages, Instagram AI is very smart these days and you might run the risk of getting your account flagged. You want to be very careful not to get your Instagram account blocked. In most cases, it's just a soft block for a day or two, meaning it won't let you send any messages for about 2 to 3 days. But I've seen it happen where you can get your account restricted for about a week without being able to send any messages, which takes me to my second point. Make sure every time you send a message, it is personalized. Again, if you do this for about 45 minutes every day, you could be getting somewhere around 70 plus wedding leads a month without having to pay for advertising. Now, it is not like running Facebook and Instagram ads where you can start generating leads in a couple of hours. But if you do this consistently, you could get around 70 plus increased leads a month without having to pay a dime. If you don't have the budget right now or don't want to commit in running ad campaigns, this is the perfect option. So let's open up my wedding photography Instagram account, dive right in and show you how I will go about finding newly engaged couples and how I use chat marketing to help me with conversations. Now let's go and find those Instagram accounts. For example, I'm going to head over to Washingtonian Weddings. Make sure you identify those accounts in your local area. Then the first thing we want to do is to pick images that align with your work. Images you can produce to your clients, because there's a ton of wedding photographers and there's a lot of different styles of photography in here than just picking up random photos because they have a lot of likes. You need to be very strategic you will be more likely to book that bride down the road if you pick images similar to your style. So find images that you feel align with your work. Images you capture that are similar to your photography style from the one posted on this account, because those brides will also be drawn to your photography later on as you start a conversation with them and you get to nurture them through your sales funnel, which I will do a deep dive in a separate video. What I have seen time and time again from photographers that try this strategy is that they will pick photos that don't really represent their work, and then couples feel less likely to work with them after you start engaging in having conversations. Another thing, don't go too far back because most likely those brides already booked a photographer. I wouldn't go more than 3 or 4 weeks scrolling back in time through here, just because those brides, they probably already found or booked a wedding photographer. I will keep it to the last 30 days. Let me look through here and see if I can find a photo similar to my style. Now, it can be an engagement session or wedding photo. I can easily reproduce and deliver this image to a client. It is very similar to my style. As you can see under the image, it has 511 likes. And so what I'm going to do now is click where it says others or liked. Now, this is where the work starts. This is where you're going to be spending the majority of the time looking through this list and see if we can identify engaged couples. As I'm starting to look through here, I can see a ton of creatives, wedding vendors, other fellow photographers I know personally in my area who like this photo as well. If you find couples that their account are private, like this one, and you can look through their photos to see if they have any professional engagement photos posted on their account, I recommend you follow first and wait a day or two until they accept the request before you send the message, so you can avoid having your messages going to their request folder. Otherwise, they might not see your messages for weeks or at all. They won't be notified unless they check their general or request folder. And in some cases, being able to see their photos allows you to be 100% sure that they still need a wedding photographer by just looking at their Instagram photos. So you're not wasting your time sending messages to the wrong people. I'm going to follow this person and then wait. You can still send a message if you click on those 3 dots on the top right. You can go down here where it says send message. You can send them the message. But as I mentioned earlier, it is going to go into their request folder and they won't see it. They won't be notified until they actually go inside the folder and check for the message themselves. All right, I'm going to head back and try to find a person that doesn't have a private account. Let's see this person. Here's another couple that their account is private. I'm going to keep scrolling through here and see if I can find another couple. A lot of them are private. Here's a couple that already have wedding photos posted on their Instagram account. You wouldn't send them a direct message, obviously, because she's wearing a wedding gown, wedding dress. They're already married. I'm going to keep scrolling through here and see if I can find another couple. As you can see, a lot of them are private, so you will have to follow them first, wait until they accept the request, and then you can direct message them. I'm gonna have to speed up the video, but this is where it takes a little bit of time looking, searching, and qualifying those potential engaged couples before you direct message them. As you can see, this one is not private, but I can see that they have wedding photos posted here. They are definitely married. Now, this is a great example of a person I wouldn't send a message to. You will be wasting your time. But if this was a couple that was actually engaged and I didn't see any professional engagement or wedding photos, then I will send them a message. I will copy and paste and will send the message. You want to make sure it is personalized every time. I wanted to head back to the person that I followed just a few minutes ago And as you can see, Steph actually accepted the request. Now I'm able to see her photos and I can determine if she's a good candidate for me to send her a direct message. A way to know if they are engaged: proposal photos. If you see that they're showcasing their engagement ring, I can see that there is a photo of them on the beach where he's on one knee proposing to her. Now, this is a great indicator that this couple is engaged. It's one of their recent photos posted on their account. You can also click on the photo itself to find out when it was posted, over a year now, but I don't see any engagement or wedding photos posted on here. I wouldn't be surprised if they're taking things kind of slow, one step at a time. Maybe they're planning their wedding at this moment. I will start the conversation ASAP and find out if they still need a wedding photographer. Now, for time's sake, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to use both of my Instagram accounts, my wedding photography and my business coaching account, and walk you through a demo on how I will go about doing this. I'm going to pretend to be a bride. I'm here on my wedding photography, Gonzalez J Wedding Photography Instagram account. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to my business coaching. I'm going to find wedding chatbots in the search, which is my business coaching Instagram account. And let's say that this was actually a bride. I'm pretending to be a bride. Click where it says message. You have two options here. You can send this full message like this, and this is where you can experiment. My preferred way is to break it out. Send the first two sentences, wait a few seconds, then send the next paragraph. Let them respond. If they seem interested and request further information, then you can send them the instructions message on how to submit their entry, how to fill the application to the giveaway. In this case, I'm just going to send the full message, but this is something you can test and keep track of the data to see if you get more couples completing the conversational form application by only sending half of the message, breaking it out, or by sending the full message. But you need to make it very conversational, not robotic. And this is where you really need to get creative with copywriting and engage and ask questions. Then offer the opportunity to work with them by offering the model call or whatever type of giveaway. I'm giving you a framework, but you certainly can take this even further. I'm going to send the full message, but what you want to do is to break it out, copy and paste the first two sentences, then send. Now I'm going to message this bride myself. Okay, so there it is. I just messaged myself. Now I will head over to my business coaching account, Wedding Chatbots, and I'm going to check that message that I just received. Again, I'm pretending to be a bride for now as an example so I can demo this for you. And here's the message that I got from Gonzalez J Wedding Photography inviting me to this giveaway. As you can see, if you read the message, I gave her instructions on how to participate in the giveaway. All she has to do is DM the word engage. So if I type engage and I click send, my chatbot will take over and guide her through the conversational questionnaire right inside of her DMs. There's no need to go to a landing page or offline somewhere else. Everything is done inside of DMs. Let's say I'm actually interested in participating. I'm going to respond with engage, and then as soon as I type engage and hit send, my chatbot will take over and will have a conversation with this person. Basically, it will prompt a conversational questionnaire where she can fill her information right inside of her DMs. And you can do the same in Messenger, but I'm going to show you that on a separate video. The chatbot will guide her through a conversational questionnaire. She will fill out her information if she's interested in participating. And after she submits all her information, she will get a text message, SMS immediately, a welcome email in my indoctrination email sequence for about 4 to 5 days, be able to join a private group community, VIP bridal group, and you can create one by using Facebook groups, or even better, if you want to try one of the following communities like School, Tribe, Circle, Mighty, Heartbeat, for a better clean experience away from distractions. Plenty of other ones out there as well. And then they join my weekly nurturing emails to be nurtured for about 3 to 4 months. Worst case scenario, she doesn't submit the questionnaire form, or she stops halfway through submitting her information. The chatbot will send her reminders after 30 minutes, after a few hours, nudging and encouraging her to continue submitting the questionnaire form. When the chatbot reminds and encourages the bride to continue submitting, it's going to throw out a different question. It's going to reword it differently. The questionnaire form is always evolving and changing, and it's always going to be different for every bride. So we're always testing different variations to see which one performs better, and we do that live. So we can look at the data and see, okay, this one actually worked better than this other 5 questionnaire forms. Now, at any point, I can actually take over and send her a personal message if I wanted to. I run my ad campaigns for about 4 to 6 days, no more than 7 days. After the campaign is over, I'm picking the winners in less than a week. So basically, this whole thing, if I do run a giveaway offer, it will take less than 2 weeks, because what you don't want is to just have wedding leads in your email list for 30 days or 2 months just sitting in your sales funnel to then start picking the winners. You want to pick winners as soon as the ad campaign is over. Start scheduling phone calls or Zoom calls with those potential brides. I will dive into it in a separate video, step by step, on how I go about picking the winners and all of that. But I just wanted to go over the process on how to get organic leads through Instagram DMs. If you have any questions, you can always post it in the comments. Let me know. Here are the messaging scripts I use to generate leads with Instagram DMs and Facebook groups. There are 2 messaging scripts. There's a longer version and there's a shorter version down below. My preferred method is the longer messaging script, just because you're building rapport, connection, and trust with the bride, but you can experiment with both to see which one performs the best and gives you better results. I also provided some additional notes down below on how to advance the conversation by providing them with additional details on any questions they might have. For pricing information conversations, lead them to schedule a video call. Setting up a consultation might feel like you're really putting yourself out there, but it is so much more effective in getting a bride to understand the value you offer. Now, this is the shorter version, the one that I used earlier throughout the demo, but I do encourage you to use the longer version for better results. And even expand on it, add your own twist and flavor, spice it up. Remember, this is a living, breathing script. You can change it, you can adapt it to your voice, to your tonality, to the way you speak, to be able to connect with people. I have included a few things to consider. You can also offer a free wedding planning guide, but I found model calls work better. You can create offers with limited availability and seasonal urgency throughout the year, such as Valentine's Day giveaway, fall mini session giveaway, and winter engagement giveaway. You can use different offers throughout the year. Find Facebook groups where local engaged couples are. For me, there's a few I listed here in my area: Brides of DC, Maryland in Northern Virginia, Virginia Wedding Vendor and Bridal Network, and Maryland Brides. I recommend non-salesy direct message preferably. And create a VIP bridal group community on any of the following platforms. The easiest one will be Facebook groups, but I have listed a few other ones here, and there are many other options out there. Make them feel special by joining your community and then answering their questions. And in that way, you build deeper relationships and follow up with them through DMs to answer any additional questions. Also, try to be helpful as much as possible when they join your community. Don't just let them join your community and post once a month. You need to be active and engaging in your community, posting at least twice or 3 times a week. You need to be able to get in front of those potential brides weekly by doing Facebook Live, where you answer their questions that come up in the group, than just written posts. You need to put a face to your business for couples to get to know you and relate to you. Don't be afraid to share your knowledge. So maybe you want to do a few video interviews with other wedding vendors in your area and post it in the group. You need to be the expert in your field, the trusted advisor. Be resourceful, and eventually they will trust you and be more willing to schedule a consultation when they're ready to book a photographer, or if you continue advancing the conversation. But there you have it. Those are my final thoughts, things that you should consider when reaching out through DMs, whether it is on Instagram or Facebook groups. Now, you can download the Google Doc from the description below, and I encourage you to use it right now to start attracting and bringing in newly engaged couples in your sales funnel. I hope this was helpful in finding wedding leads on social platforms to increase your traffic. You can find the messaging script I use in the Google Doc in the description below for you to download. Every week, I will keep sharing more advanced marketing strategies to help you attract and convert more high-ticket bookings this year, because I know there are a lot of entrepreneurs out there that just need a little push on how to figure it out, this photography business thing. Cheers.